Hi, in this session, we will review the significance of inventory reservation in general and product demonstration for the same in Microsoft Dynamics AX 2012. So the first question is why we need to do inventory reservation. Inventory reservations, also referred as material allocations sometimes, and are performed to make sure that items being sold are available for the delivery to the customer at the required time and to make sure that the correct inventory is issued. Once inventory is reserved, it cannot be used anywhere else unless the reservation or part of it is cancelled, and thus helps company making the delivery promises against the available inventory. Let us understand with an example. Let us say we have 5 pieces of bicycle in stock. We have a customer John asking if 2 pieces of bicycles can be delivered in the current week, and since we have enough stock, we can confirm the delivery and take the order. In order to make sure that delivery to John happens on time, we will reserve 2 out of 5 pieces for John so that it cannot be reserved for other customers. Reservation does not mean stock has been delivered to customer. Inventory is still with us but just reserved for the customer. So we promise that we will deliver 2 pieces of bicycle this week. We have another customer, Rahul, asking if 2 pieces of bicycle can be delivered in couple of days from now. We still have 3 pieces in stock, and out of these 3 pieces we can reserve the 2 pieces for customer Rahul, and this way on-time delivery to Rahul can be assured. Today is really a great day and we are receiving many orders, and we have another customer, Mr. Pintu, asking if 3 pieces of bicycles can be delivered today. Unfortunately, we have only 1 piece in stock, and hence 3 pieces of bicycles cannot be delivered today. We can propose to deliver 1 piece of bicycle today and remaining 2 pieces later if it is okay with the customer. Adjusting the reservation is another option, provided delivery promises can still be met for all customers. For example, if new stock can be purchased before end of the current week, then stock which is reserved for the customer John, reserved for the customer Pintu, and can be delivered to Pintu, as John can wait till end of the week. However, Pintu needs it today only. So I believe now you got better idea of what is the inventory reservation. There are 3 types of reservations available in AX 2012: manual, automatic, and explosion. Manual reservation is suitable option for a company where order frequency is less and company has enough manpower to perform the inventory reservation manually. However, if company has a higher order frequency, manual reservation often proves to be a time-consuming task, and in this situation, automating the reservation process can result into a huge saving of time and at the same time can increase the resource productivity. Reservation of explosion type is applicable when system runs the master planning and it works according to the master planning item coverage setup. However, this type is excluded from the scope of this training session. Let us review the reservation of time manual and automatic in detail. In this session, we will review the manual reservation process. So we are into the Europe company, and let us look at the on-hand inventory of bicycle. We have our bicycle, and we have, this is a road bicycle, and for batch B1 we have 2 pieces of inventory available physically, and for B2 we have another 2 pieces of inventory available physically. So we can use this inventory for reservation. Let's create a new sales order line, and here we can create a new, and let's say this is for 1 piece of bicycle, and here we can set the, under the line details tab, under the setup tab, we need to set the reservation as manual because this is the manual reservation. We will do the reservation manually against the specific batch and serial number. Now, in addition, we can also specify the delivery date here. So let's say we will deliver it today itself. Today is the 30th of April. So we just save the lines, Ctrl S, and in order to reserve manually, click on inventory and then reservation under the maintain group. Here we can see all the inventories. So for batch B1 we have 2 pieces, serial number 01, 02, batch B2 03 and 04. We can reserve any of this physically available inventory. However, we have some ordered inventory as well, which we will review later, but currently we will reserve from the physically available inventory. So B1, if we want to reserve against the P1 and serial number S01, I can select the line, and then moving it right, we have in the last reservation field. Here we can enter the quantity which we want to reserve. So that's the 1 piece. So 1 piece is reserved, and it shows that reserved physically 1 piece. If you want to cancel the reservation or part of it, again set it to 0, and we can say on order becomes 1 again. So currently we will reserve one pieces of bicycle from the batch B1 and serial number S01. If you don't see the batch and serial number as a dimensions in reservation screen, click on inventory and dimension display, and then select the warehouse, batch number and serial number, and then save setup and click OK. So we have done the manual reservation. Here all the available inventory will be displayed, and user can do the reservation manually against a specific batch or a specific lot. So in this case it's batch B1 and serial number S01. And if you look at the transaction, it is reserved physically. The issue is reserved physically. So this is how we can do the reservation manually. Alternatively, user can automate the reservation process. Let us see how. X can make the reservation automatically against the available inventory stock. However, notice that automatic reservation always reserves against the lowest alphanumeric dimension values. User can of course adjust the reservation manually later. So in this case, for example, we have 4 batches C1, B1, B2, I3 available in our inventory, each with 10 pieces of bicycle, and we have a requirement on the sales line for the 5 pieces of bicycle. In this case, if we ask system to do reservation automatically, then system will reserve against the batch A3, that is the lowest alphanumeric number. If there would have been requirement for 15 pieces of bicycle, system would have reserved 10 pieces from A3 and 5 pieces from B1 batch. Automatic reservation can also be made date sensitive. There are 2 parameters named date control and backward from ship date on item model group, which determines the receipt to reserve against when there are multiple receipts with different receipt date exist. Let us review the date control. With just date control parameter being checked, reservation occurs according to the FIFO principle. This means the sales order line quantity is reserved against the oldest purchase order with the delivery date falling before the delivery date of the sales order line. For example, we have sales order to be delivered 22 days later, and we have 4 purchase receipts to reserve against 7 days, 14 days, 21 days and 8 days later. However, first 3 purchase receipt qualifies for the date control reservation since 4th purchase receipt is later than the sales order delivery date, and out of the 3 qualifying purchase receipt, system will reserve against the oldest one, that is the 7 days later. Let us review the backward from ship date. Reservations are processed according to the LIFO principle. This means that the receipt with the most recent date is reserved. For example, considering the same previous example, out of the 3 qualifying receipt, most recent one will be selected for the reservation. That is the receipt for which receipt date is 21 days later. However, notice that backward from ship date parameter cannot be selected without first selecting the date control parameter. In this session, we will review the automatic reservation process. So we will create the another sales line, R bicycle. Here we will give a number of pieces as 3. We had 4 pieces available as a physical inventory, and one of them is already manually reserved. So here we set reservation is as automatic and simply save the line by pressing Ctrl S. So let us look at that transactions. As we can see, system has done the reservation automatically, and as you can see, it has picked up the lowest alphanumeric batch number. So it has reserved first the remaining 1 piece of B1 and then 2 pieces from B2. However, there is a batch exists with B0, but that is not physically available, so it has been skipped from the automatic reservation. Now let us review the date control reservation. We have 4 purchase order lines. That the first is the B0, that is being delivered on, today is the 29th of April. This will be received on 1st of May. Then we have a B3, which is being received today itself. Then B4, which is being received on 6th of May. Then B5, which is being received on 13th of May. And B6, on 20th of May. So we have on today 1st May, 6th May, 13th May and 20th May. There are 5 expected purchase received that we can also see on the on-hand inventory. And since the reservations on B1 and B2 are done, if we refresh the screen, we can see the reservations is being updated. From available physical, it has been set to physically reserved. And if we look at the B0, it has an order in total 1. If we look at the B0 1, then B3, B4, B5, B6 each has 1 pieces of bicycle are expected to receive. These are the planned receipt or expected receipt purchase order line. And if we create a sales order line, and before you create a sales order line, we go to the released product form. We have a item model group here, and we can select this one, FIFO date control, that will make the reservation date sensitive, and then backward from ship date. But before that, we will just create a new sales line, our bicycle, and again for this we will keep the reservation as automatic, and we will simply save the line. Now it will reserve from the batch number B0 because that is the lowest alphanumeric batch number, but the oldest purchase receipt is the B3. So if we make it as a date control sensitive, it will reserve from the B3, but since there is no date control, it will pick up the lowest alphanumeric number. Once there is no physical inventory available, system will start reserving against the ordered inventory, that is the expected receipt. If certain parameters is checked, that we will review later. But currently it has made reservation against B0. We will delete this sales line, and we will, on the item model group, we will make it as a date sensitive FIFO date control, and then we will create another sales line or bicycle, and for that we will set the reservation as automatic and then save the line. This time it will do the reservation against B3. So B3 has the oldest purchase receipt that is being received on 29th of March. Now again, if I go to the model group and if I make it as a backward from ship date, it should reserve from the B6. If delivery date falls behind the 20th of May, then it will reserve from the B6. So that is what we will try. We will delete this sales order line, and we will add a new sales order line, and here we will it's for a 1 piece, and set the reservation as automatic, and delivery date here we will set it after 20th of May. So May, and that is 21st of May. So it should get reserved against the B6 on saving the sales line. Now it's a date sensitive, so it has reserved against the B6 because the B6 is the recent purchase receipt being received before the delivery date of sales order. So this is how automatic reservation works, and we can use we have an option to make it date control, or we can also use without getting it date control. There are few reservation parameters which we need to consider while using the reservation in Microsoft Dynamics AX 2012. In this session, we will review the reservation parameters. There are certain parameters which will influence the reservation process. Let us discuss them one by one. We can set up the default reservation type, which will get defaulted on the sales order line and sales order. If the item has an item model group where negative physical is selected, you can reserve more than the available inventory, and if this parameter is clear, then system will give warning on trying to reserve more than available. If inventory parameter reserve order item is selected, reservation can also be created on ordered but not yet received items, for example purchase order which are not yet received. Let us see the product demonstration of the various parameters which can influence the reservation process. So the first parameter is to set up a default reservation type, that is under the account receivable parameters, and here we can set the default reservation type, whether it is automatic, manual or explosion. So let's say most of the orders we do reservation manually, then set it as manual. If 80% orders are being received, for that we want to automate the reservation process, then set it as automatic, otherwise explosion. So currently we set it to automatic. Then this will get defaulted sales order line. or sales order when we create a new sales order. Another parameter is that under the inventory and warehouse management parameters, under the general tab, general action, under the reservation group, there is a parameter called reserve order items. In the demonstration, we seen that when these demands were getting reserved automatically against the purchase receipt, which has not yet been physically received. So the issue status is reserve order, and these are the purchase order receipts which are not yet been received. These are simply just on order. System will only reserve against the expected receipt if this particular parameter is checked under the inventory and warehouse management parameters, reserve order items. Otherwise, system will not reserve. And one more thing is that under the item order group, we have a parameter called physical negative inventory. Let us first enable the physical negative inventory. If we go to the release product form, we have an item model group. Click on the item model group, and under the negative inventory field group, we have a physical negative inventory checkbox. So if we check this, we can pick the item more than what is available in the system. Let's look at the demonstration. Here we have a sales line for 2 pieces of bicycle, and as automatic reservation says, there is nothing available for reservations. We can also look at the on-hand inventory to cross-verify, and as we can see, only we have 2 pieces on sales line, but there is nothing available for reservation, neither physical or neither ordered inventory. So if physical negative inventory is not checked, actually we cannot deliver the product. The scenario here is that we have already purchased this item that is already within our warehouse, but somehow it is not updated in our system, and we would like to deliver it to the customer, and we would not like to wait till it gets updated in the system. So in order to do that, we will try to pick the product. We click on add picking list. Here, let's say we give a batch number and serial number. This is required because it's enabled for this product, and then we click on register all, and it would have given an error if physical negative inventory was not allowed. Since it is allowed, it has picked. We can also look at the transactions. So it has been picked. So this is how physical negative inventory has an impact on the delivery. So summarizing, even if we don't have inventory, we can deliver it to customer. Thank you.